Blue Mountains. Throughout much of the western United States, there is a broad area of similar-looking topography between two distinct mountain ranges. Although this middle area does contain sizable mountains, none are distinctively part of very large mountain ranges. That is, until you suddenly reach a wide stretch of mountains in Oregon which are in between the Cascade Mountain Range to the west and the Rocky Mountains in Idaho to the east. Known as the Blue Mountains, it really does stand out when you zoom out to see the entire western half of the lower 48 U.S. states. But, what if I were to tell you that despite containing the oldest rocks found in all of Oregon, that this entire mountain range, yes all of it, did not exist 17 million years ago. Before this, it was about the same level as the surrounding topography. So, what major event happened to cause such a vast mountain range to form since then in such a brief geologic time span? The answer is a major and prolonged flood of lava which covered vast swaths of Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada in several thousand feet thick of lava in a brief geologic timespan via what is known as the Columbia River flood basalts. This unusual volcanic province began when the mushroom-shaped plume head of the Yellowstone hotspot interacted with the crust beginning 16.7 million years ago in eastern Oregon. This caused absurdly large volumes of molten rock to intrude into the flood basalt crust. This caused vast fissures as long as 110 miles in length to erupt at an absurdly high rate for multiple years, flooding the surrounding terrain including regional low and high points in layer after layer of low-viscosity basaltic lava. These eruptions would repeat more than 1,000 times between 16.7 and 15.3 million years ago when they reached their peak, causing multiple lava flows to even run out all the way to and reach the Pacific Ocean. By the time the peak phase of activity ended, 81,000 square miles or 210,000 square kilometers of land had been covered in a layer of lava which averaged 3,051 feet or 930 meters thick. However, in some areas, especially close to their source, the total thickness of lava which had erupted was far more significant, reaching up to a whopping 13,000 feet thick in the Pasco Basin. While the aforementioned flood basalt province would continue producing far less frequent eruptions all the way up until 5.5 million years ago, by 14 million years ago the action caused by all of these intrusions had caused the lowermost layer of the crust to change. As massive basaltic magma intrusion after massive magmatic intrusion placed large volumes of dense rock in the lowermost crust, it caused it to become more and more dense. Eventually, it reached such a high density that large portions of it peeled off and sunk into the mantle via a process known as crustal delamination.